This is Lily Morningstar and class CIT 173 Introduction to Linux. Today we will be talking about Chapter 3 Managing Files from the Command Line. So, again, you can see this awesome meme. Turn off the GUI, look, use the command line, which is funny. I believe that uh, Linux designed in the first place to use command line interface, and today we will be learning uh, what is this command line interface looks like and what you can do with that. So basically what you can do with that, you can copy, move, create, delete, organize files, and much more. You can choose who can access these files, who can not access these files, so security, accessibility, who can write files, who can read files, what groups can make modifications to these files. And as I told you previously and explained previously, that Linux see everything as a file. So uh, if you used to term folder in Windows, that's not gonna be true for this. It's directory. So we are going to learn today what kind of directories our Linux machine will have. So here you can see a screenshot from directories, and I actually really like the way it's represented in the book in the graphic version because it shows you more hierarchical tree where you can actually see where each of this directory is located. So first directory user, it's basically anything related to user. You will be using user bean if you're using user commands, user s being system administration commands, user locally customizable software, etc. And this is not etc. It's configuration files to the specific to the system. Var, it's variable data. So yes, var stands for variables. And these files can be dynamically changed. So it's databases, cache, and so on. Run, it's runtime data, basically processes that you will have at the boot of the system. Home directory will you will keep all your files, such as personal data or configuration files for your user. Root, it's home directory for the super user. TMP, it's stands for temporary files, and that's exactly what it's going to contain. Also, there is a different type of temporary files, TMP, directory var TMP, in which files have not been accessed, changed, or modified for more than 30 days, and they will be deleted automatically. Uh, Boot, basically all files that need to be to boot the system, and dev doesn't do anything with developers. It stands for devices, and that's where you can find um, your device drivers um, and other files that needed to access devices on the system. So, commands. Let's start with major navigation commands. PWD will tell you where you are right now, so your current location. CD, if you want to move between directories, you will use command CD. Touch, it's updates file timestamps, or you can actually create a blank file with touch. LS, it shows you content of directory. And previously in the previous chapter, we actually browse ls-l with options where you can see all details about those files. Uh, You can specify files by name, and here you can see absolute path and relative path. So what would be absolute path? When you giving direction, specifically using all directories on the way to get to the specific file. And so it's called like fully qualified and begets a truth, right? And relative path, it's just identified as unique file. So it does not start with forward slash. Okay, so current working directory and relative path. As you can see here, if we type pwd, it will show us where we located right now. And in this example, we located in the home directory. And for example, we're trying to move to var. So we are using relative path cd forward slash var and forward slash, and we will see what is with ls dash d, we will see what this um, var directory actually contains. Uh, you can see touch command on the bottom where you can just create an empty file one txt, but if you will open this txt file, it will have no content at all. And in one of our guided exercises, we will be creating many of those files. So here you can see different command line file commands, and you can see how you can copy files. You can copy file with a single source, or you can actually use multiple source. You can copy files from directory to directory. You also can remove files, or you can remove entire directory with the files, but you have to understand, if you just type rm and the name of the directory, this directory will not delete, because you need option R that will help you uh, to remove this recursive directory. Okay, we are learning how to make links between files, and there are two types of links that you need to be aware of. It's hard and soft links. So hard link, it's basically like a link in a web browser that send you directly to the resource. And with hard link, you create a link directly to the file. With a soft link, it's nothing more but the symbolic link. So basically, if you will make changes to the soft link, it will not make any changes to the file itself. Okay, how we will make links between files. We will have a guided exercise related to this subject, where we will learn how to create hard and soft links. It's fairly easy, and here you can see a command with the link to the documents from the desktop. So matching file names with shell. Uh, all of you by now should know what is extension. An extension is .txt. This example, it's gives you idea what this file will be used with, what the application would be opening this file, and what kind of file it is. So txt stands for text file. And if you're trying to find any text files, you will use asterisk. So another name for asterisk would be wildcard. Basically, if you type wildcard.txt, all txt file will be found for you on the system. Here you can see command for the pattern matching. It's really important that you will practice that because A, you will have this on quiz for the week, and B, you actually will have this on the exam, on the midterm and on the final exam. So if you're trying to find any uh, characters, any name, you will use asterisk wildcard. If you need to find any single character, you will use question mark. So any character between square brackets, so you just list all these characters in the brackets. If you're trying to find a file that doesn't have any of these characters, so you will list characters that this file doesn't have in the brackets with the exclamation mark up front. So what else? Any alphabetical character, as you can see, it's alpha between double brackets and columns. Uh, File names or directory names with the lower case only, again between double brackets and columns. Uppercase. Um, if you need alphabetic characters or digits, you will use alnum. And if you use only looking only for digit, it's gonna be digit. However, you probably understood the idea that if you will put exclamation mark ahead, that's mean you're looking for everything but these characters. So right now you can see an example. Find animals and question mark. So animals with any symbol at the end, and it's animals 2 and animals 3. But on the bottom you can see find anything that doesn't have animals in it, and you will find anything but animals. Oops. Okay, I'm experiencing technical difficulty right now. I lost my computer mouse. Okay, command expansions. So I told you that every command might have additional functionality if you know how to use this command, but these expansions will give you additional functionality. So, for example, with brace expansions, you will be able to create more than one file as example. Like here, you can see echo from 40 to 50, and it will just type you from 40 to 50 numbers. Or if you do touch file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4 between brace expansions, um, you will create empty file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4. So it's pretty simple, and I would highly recommend you and suggest you to use this functionality in your guided exercises and labs. It will save you a lot of time in the future as well. So please practice. And there are different variable expansions when you actually create your function as a variable. So as you can see in this example, we are use variable name Janelle. So if we will call this variable, we will Jenny actually, we will get result Jenny. And honestly, we can call any variables that we want. It's just depending on our preferences. Command substitution. So when we use $sign, that's when we are trying to do command substitution, and it allows us the output of the command to replace the command itself for the command line. Uh, okay. How about this example? Echo today is uh $ date, and it will tell you today's Wednesday. Now, echo time the $ date, and it will give you the time as 26 past 11. So you just see how this substitution works with the command, and that's fairly easy. I wouldn't say that I often use this, but you can practice yourself just to know how it works. You can also protect your arguments from expansion, and sometimes you just don't want to make any difference to your arguments, right? And that's why you would use that. So backslash or is like escape character in the bash shell. And also if you have long commands, you can use um, backslash, so you can go to the new line and you will not um, lose your capability of running this command. And now, uh, just a summary. So files in Linux system organized into single inverted tree of directories, and they also known as a file system hierarchy. And absolute path to the file or directory starts with the forward slash, and relative do not start with forward slash. Five key commands is make directory, remove directory, copy, move, or remove. And hard links and soft links are different on the way that hard links it's direct link to the file, and soft links it's sort of like just a guide where this file can be found. The bash shell provides pattern matching, expansion, and substitution features, and it definitely will help you in the future navigate in the command line and create files if you need to create. So I would highly recommend you again to explore this opportunity. Okay, thank you so much, and see you in the next lecture. Oh, my keyboard and mouse doesn't work for some reason.